Here is a BMW M240i that I've just bought from car crash auction, and I think this might be my biggest mistake yet. I may have worked on cars before, but to be honest with you, nothing as big as this. The BMW M240i is a car that I have been dreaming of for the longest of time, and now here it is, but with a massive twist. I bought the car for just under £6,000, and in good condition, this car is actually worth around £20,000. But it's definitely not in good condition. The risk that I've just taken is huge. If you buy a car from car crash auction, you can't really return them. So if you pick a bad apple, like this one, you might not be able to return it. Right now, I actually have no idea as to how this happened to this vehicle. But there is one thing that I know though. No one else wanted this car. I was the only bidder. Have I missed something that everyone else knew? This is definitely so scary. Moving on to what's left of the car, we have a B58 inline 6 turbocharged engine producing 335 brake horsepower that I don't even know the state of. A wonky alloy wheels, an adaptive headlight, and hopefully a straight chassis. In good working condition, this car can hit 155 miles per hour and can be easily tuned to beat supercars on track. Can I make my dream a reality, or am I just being delusional? Looking at the damages, it looks like I am very far from driving this car out of this garage. There are many things that I have to fix. The front bumper is badly damaged. BMW actually calls this external radiator, and that is completely gone. And you have all of the control units for the headlight here, or at least of what's left of it anyway. It's all gone. It's all disconnected, and not even with the headlight. This is the biggest damage. You can see one of the control arms are broken, and possibly the other one is bent. Looking around the car, it looks like we have a lot of work to do, including the airbags, the dashboard, and a cracked windshield over here. And we also have a very dented bonnet over here. And now I think that this might be the biggest job of them all, which is we have to replace the whole front end of the car. We've got to replace the headlight. This is definitely going to be expensive because this is the BMW adaptive headlights. They are not cheap. Now, you think that that's bad, but look at this. This one is just insane. And I don't even know how it happened. You can see it right there. That alloy is no more. Now, the biggest question I've got for myself is, this is a Cat S car. So that means there's a structural damage, and now I don't know if the chassis is still straight or not. And when you hear this noise coming from BMW, you know that there is something very wrong with your car. Apart from the obvious damage that we've got here, everything else, all the way to the back of the car, everything else looks straight. We have a M Performance exhaust. We have obviously the B58, and then we have the M Sport aerodynamic package as well that came with the car from factory, which is absolutely amazing. All those extras is probably going to cost around £2,000 to £3,000, so we got lucky with this vehicle. That being said, it's time to find out if this B58 even starts, because I have no idea if it starts or not, because in the ad it even says it's a non-runner. Am I here for a big loss? Let's go, let's find out. I think the pyro fuse actually blew this entire thing up, which is actually connected to the positive side here. You can see it just right there. Okay, so this is the pyro fuse right here. So as you can see, this thing, this part here, has actually exploded off. So what I just did is I just hammered it back in. So let's see if that will start the vehicle or not. I just want to hear the B58 engine, if it actually works or not, to be honest with you. Right, now that we have the jump pack on, let's go to the front of the car and try to start the engine. Fingers crossed, please B58 engine, please be alive and don't be dead. Okay, here we go, moment of truth. Press on the brakes. Ooh. Ah! Alright, okay.
Oh my god.
Let's try that again. Oh, it's not starting. The thing is, it wants to start, it's turning, but I don't think the connection is good enough. Alright, so I have tightened that up and replaced all of the leads, so let's go to the front again. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth, please start. Oh no. Oh, for God's sake. It doesn't want to start. Right, so this is attempt 100,000. Oh. Come on. Oh. Moment of truth now that the battery jump pack thing is charged. So step on the brakes, press the button. Yeah, it starts! And it sounds good. Oh my god. Yeah, that sounds good. Oh my god. And it's so loud with the M Performance exhaust. Oh my god. Yeah, this is amazing. It sounds very smooth, which is what we like. Oh, just listen to the exhaust. That's crazy. Oh my god. So happy about that. The M Performance exhaust sounds so good on a cold start as well. And we're gonna have to turn it off soon enough because this radiator here is leaking coolant. Do you know what that means?
We need a new one?
Yeah, okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna strip the front end off and hope for the best that the chassis leg is still straight. I am not sure what's lying behind all of this damage here. And as you can see right here, this crash bar is broken and all of the metal goes all the way back here. And as you can see, that is supposed to be right here straight. And same with this crash bar. This silver thing over here is supposed to be straight as well. Let's get started. Let's get this front bumper removed and hopefully we don't have to deal with anything that is serious. I didn't just buy this car for cheap to sell it. I want to modify it and send it to the moon. So here I am figuring out if this car is even salvageable or not. Now that I'm closer to the damages, more issues are starting to unfold and I feel further away from reaching my goal. I don't know where things go. Like, what is this? What is that? Where does this even go? I don't even know where this one goes. Like, I'm a mechanic, I have previous experience, but I'm used to stripping them and putting them where they are because they were already there. But this, on the other hand, what is that? There's not even a sensor on the end of it. Yeah, these are expensive, bro. That, and that, bro. These four combined, luckily it's still there. Both combined grand, all of them. Yeah, bro, from BMW. Yes, that's correct. All of that control modules for the headlight is about £1,000. But anyway, what I'm doing here might look dodgy, but I'm just trying to straighten up the crash bar so we can get access to the slant panel bolts. So, no funny business here. Fixed!
You can weld that and use it.
No, fixed! Look!
Put the bumper back on.
Straight chassis. All that's left for us to do now is to remove all the clips and all the niggly bits that's connected to the radiator assembly. And to be honest, they weren't that bad to do. After this, it should give us a good insight of what's hiding behind all that damage. Right, slant panel is off. Right, now that the slant panel is off, this should give us a clearer view if that right chassis leg is bent or not. From what I can see, this is the only damage on this. So a little dinkle over here, a little dinkle over here as well, and this thing is not even, it didn't even move at all. Like, you can see that this part here is a straight line, this here is not straight purely because of this tiny little dink over here. When I was removing the bolts, not even any of them moved a single centimeter, not even like a micro centimeter. It didn't move at all. Micro centimeter? That thing? The chassis leg is pretty straight, no paint, not even a single paint's moved. So not even the body, what's it called, the body glue thing, it did not move at all. There is nothing there that I can see that can cause, or at least that shows signs of the chassis leg moving. Right, now that we've got the front panel off, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the radiator pack. Obviously, it will give us more access to all of the things, and it will give us a clearer view of what's actually happened to the chassis leg. It's going to give us more space to do some exciting things later on. Let's get this off so we can inspect the leg fully, because I want to see if there is an actual chassis damage or not. That chassis leg is still worrying me, so I want to get a clearer view on the inside. And I think I am only the one that's going to say this, but working with BMWs is not really that difficult, because removing the front panel is literally just a few tiny screws, the bolts right over here, pretty much on the same side as well, and then you just have the bolts at the top right over here. And now to just remove the radiator and the intercooler and all the fan assembly and stuff like that, you pretty much just have to remove the clips that is on the hoses. So there's nothing much left for me to do except to remove those things. So follow me along. Even though it's quite straightforward to remove this radiator pack, I'm just glad it wasn't destroyed in the car crash. Otherwise, it will be another expensive thing that we need to replace. So now we've got the radiator assembly out, you can clearly see more of the damage. And to be honest with you, it's looking clean. So come have a look. And you can see the panel bond and stuff like that, it's still well. Then again, this control arm here is what worries me the most. It might have moved the subframe a little bit, so I'm gonna have to try and find an evidence of that. Did it or did it not? Eesh, we'll see. Looking at this control arm right here, that just tells me a whole lot of story. So let me explain it to you. So let me explain to you what the control arm is. So just imagine if my arm is the control arm, what it does, it just goes up and down like this. I can freely move it. So imagine this to be the joint. I can freely move it up and down. Now, I can't move, obviously I cannot pull it out, that's the whole point. So it stops your wheels from basically going like that. So it keeps you safe. But with this one, I think the owner might have crashed because the wheel, you can see the damage. He might have run over something like a pothole or even the verge. So what's happened to the control arm is it probably, again, like what I'm saying, it extended out too much that way or too much that way. That's probably why it snapped. But who am I to say? So the rim is damaged on the inside. So it's likely that it hit the rim and then it pulled the control arm out. So if you have a look right here, it's on the inside of the rim. So it probably punched it right here and then it pulled the wheel out. It forced the wheel out, and that's what's caused this damage over here. We're going to be replacing this at some point, and same with this control arm right here. And as you can see, it actually popped out of the rubber over here. So yeah, that definitely needs replacing. And the good news is that has not moved a single inch. You can still see that it stayed in place. It did not move a tiny bit. So that's good. That's good news. Working with this car makes me feel like a kid again. It's so broken, yet it gives me so much excitement. I'm so excited to get this back out on the road. Right, so that's such an amazing thing to have. We don't have to basically get the body straightened up. We don't have to do anything to the chassis leg, which means we have more budget to do some more exciting things to this car. So the next thing that we have to do now is to strip off the interior, but we'll leave that for the next video. So thank you very much for watching. Please click the subscribe button to find out what's going to happen to this vehicle, and I'm pretty sure that you will like it. So please like, share, comment and subscribe, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.
So this
Yeah.
is for the radiator.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah,
Radiator
okay.
thing, inlet.
Yeah. Inlet, okay, alright. Sure.
This, we're so lucky because it's basically straight. It
Okay.
doesn't need replacement. This is the
The
chassis leg.